Alrighty, folks. Welcome back to another episode of Live in 5, baby. Episode 121. We are back, baby. We are back in the saddle. The captain, Gage Ausmus, and yours truly, jack of all trades, master of none, Jay Swish, reporting live from the oven here in beautiful Scottsdale, Arizona. The captain, what's going on, brother? We are back at it. My God. You had an absolute runner. I had an absolute runner. First off, how we feeling? You went from the golf trip to Cabo. Now you're back. I believe you had a weekend at the Kitschy Cup. So 3 and 4, like you read about. I think the month of June is always the hardest month on the liver in terms of our schedules, just because we still have guys that still play hockey that we're friends with. It kind of just all gets parlayed into this June or July. And then you got a few weddings. So how we feeling, Cap? Take us back even after the golf trip into Cabo, and then you rode it out at the Kitschy Cup. I want to hear all about it, baby.
Yeah. It's been a long 3 weeks, a fun 3 weeks. Jordan, you had a long 3 weeks too.
I did.
I'm happy it's over. To be honest, you're always happy it's over. You're happy during it, leading up to it. You're a little anxious about it, but when you're in the thick of it, it's always a great time. And I just, when I'm at my age now, Jordo, I just don't have the conditioning I used to, coming in. So I think, my weekend in Chicago, I had a ton of fun, but my conditioning just wasn't there. I had to get my feet underneath me. And then, I get to Cabo, I learned my limits a little bit, and I can by the way, Cabo's an unbelievable place.
I've never been. Yeah, Nikki's been there a bunch. I've never been.
Fuck! It's just prime time down there.
Yeah,
but Mexico's a whole different place. I mean, if we scheduled a golf trip down there, it'd be sketchy because
we might lose someone.
It seems like there's no rules there. So great time there, and then Kitschy Cup was up.
Was
north.
That
Go ahead.
Was Mexico as big of a bender as the golf trip, or was it kind of just like steady drinking couples? Like did you have a couple days to recover in between?
Yeah, I had Sunday and Monday to recover. And then I left Tuesday. Tuesday was the first day of the trip. We got there at 3:00. It was, that was insane. So, I mean, I basically slept the whole way because I was still tired from Chicago.
For sure.
But
I was hung till like Thursday that week. So I was just curious.
Oh yeah, I mean, and by the way, I mean, well done on the Chicago trip. I'm going all over this place because I had so many weekends. But Jordo, the Wrigley game, the boat, that was just an unbelievable 10th year. So thanks for putting that on and scheduling that and setting it up. Always great to see those boys. But yeah, and then Cabo and then Kitschy Cup up north finished it off, and I would say, on the golf trip scale, you go from level, it's like a roller coaster, and then I'm in Chicago all the way up here, and then you're kind of riding the wave down a little bit. Like you never actually reach that first weekend excitement and jitters just because you just been there, and
you're a little tired, you're a little banged,
you're a little tired, you're a little worried for your health. You're like, should I be doing this? Should I just be eating kale and drinking juice instead of this Miller Lite or this Corona on this beach? But then you're like, I'm in Mexico. I'm going to drink a Corona or a Pacifico because I'm in Mexico and Kenny Chesney would want me to.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, we did some cool things in Cabo, Jordo. We went marlin fishing, which is unbelievable. Pulling up a marlin.
Saw that. Looked nasty. That was a nice, I mean, not only did he catch a buzz, but that was a nice looking fish. Big fucking eyes, but a nice fucking fish. If I'm gonna quote Martin Lawrence from Bad Boys.
Yeah, and then I mean Kitschy Cup, we went up north Minnesota to that wilderness and the Corey, Jordo, and God, those courses are so fucking sick. For being in Minnesota, they're about as nice as you can get public track. I mean, there's a few nicer ones, obviously, but also a great trip. I'm happy it's over this weekend. I got nothing coming up. I'm pretty excited to just stay home, get some work done. But then I do have a wedding on July 3rd, Jordo. So
of course, you're back into it. What do you mean?
Right
it's 4th
back
of July.
Yeah.
Who ended up winning the Kitchie Cup this year?
Gersh and John.
Wow. So Gershish, was that his first year he came into the Kitchie Cup?
First year he came in. All these first year guys just come in and win it. I
Right.
don't know how. I mean, it's probably just because, we're not the greatest golfers.
Yep.
And then these guys come in, like Gersh he's kind of a stick, like
he can play well. Yeah, he can play well.
And we're playing a scramble match. Like he's playing well out there. John's saving him when he's not. So he was a tough out. He beat us.
Was Chiswick at the Kitchie Cup? Because I know he's played a few.
Chiswick was not there this year, but he has been there. I think it was only 1 year, Jordan,
Okay.
and he won it.
In and out.
With John again.
So Simo it kind of just picks up PTO like players. He just hits the waiver wire and picks up the best stick he can find, it seems like. And in a scramble, Simo, I mean, he could put it together. He's like a sneaky player, like a sneaky 10 cap. Like he's respectable. Is he still putting with one arm on the rod, or is he two hands on it now?
He's got the putting figured out.
Okay.
Which is good. He's no longer yips one hand.
One hand on the rod was crazy. That was a crazy era.
Nuts.
Yeah, that was nuts.
I don't know if I'll ever see that again.
No, that was nuts. Yeah. I mean, just taking it back even to the golf trip, like that day on the water with the fellas, I mean, you couldn't have drawn it up any better on the Chelly's boat. Like that was so sick. The way we were just able to dance out to the playpen. He had the paddle boards. He had everything for us, the food, the booze, and then we were cruising the river. We get dropped off at that Naya spot. I mean, just a photo-like finish coming down with the sunset. It was supposed to rain that day. It clears up. It's beautiful. I mean, it was awesome, man. Like just hanging there, just telling old war stories. Rico fired up the starting lineup. You couldn't have drawn it up any better, to be honest. That was awesome. Like that was, I would say, in the 10 years in golf trip history, for me at least, that was one of the better days, I think, in the 10 years we've done it. And obviously it doesn't involve golf, but don't you think, Ozzo, like just off the top of your head, right? Like that was
it was the best, because you like the best times of those trips, Jordo, are kind of when we're all around a table or something and we're just shooting the shit,
Yep.
And we got to do that in probably, I don't know, one of the top places to do it in America.
Yes.
At that time, like, are you going to get a better hot stove than sitting on a boat on that Chicago River, whatever river it is, and Lake Michigan? Like, unbelievable.
No, you literally can't draw it up any better than, I mean, maybe if you had fuck you money, you maybe even say like the Hamptons might come up, close to that. But I'm not an East Coast guy. Chicago.
Is that even that much better?
I don't think it is. I don't think it is, because you don't have the Midwest influx, of what Chicago is all about. The day, in Wrigleyville, that ended up working out too. A little bit of a rain delay, but it helped us out, helped us kick the hangover from Thursday night. Yeah, man, it was a great time. The boys, I think, are losing a little bit of steam, but on that note, there are some players still getting better with age, and Nick Schmaltz is one of those players.
Oh yeah,
that seems to keep getting better. And I'm going to say, I think I'm getting better still. I think my showing, I like my bounce back here. Right, the year before wasn't perfect with what I was battling, but there's still some of the old veterans that are the savvy guys too, like a Clark Saunders and some of those guys that just can play nose over the puck and play a heavy game. But it's always funny seeing the boys. We're not old, Ozzo, but we're just in that transition phase of, guys, most guys have kids now versus where the trip started and where it's going, and young kids too, right? So you're dealing with, lovelies on the other side that have been through recent births and things like that, first-time fathers. So it's a unique time in golf trip history. I think years 10 through probably 15 will be like that, and then it might even ramp up even harder once the kids get a little bit older. You know what I mean?
I could definitely see it ramping up once the kids get a little older, and then you're almost shooed out of the house by your wife.
Yes.
Rather
she
than,
doesn't even like you.
Yeah. She's like, no, that's awesome. Go for 4 days. Like,
yes.
No. 2's not enough. Go for 4. Once we get to that part, it'll get back going. Right. But
like she's like, please leave. My boyfriend's coming to town,
Yeah. Just make sure if you do come home early, call me.
Yes. Call me. Yes. I would like a heads up.
Yeah. Yeah. Once we get out of that, though, I mean, the guys are they're still going. It's not the same.
Well, it's hard, man. I mean, you got to go for 3 days straight, all day, all night. Like, it's not easy, and
No, you got to be an absolute nail gun.
yeah,
I mean,
you do. And yeah, but it was fun, man. I mean, Stetchy, having him back in the mix was awesome. He played hard. He played his guts out, lost his phone one night in an Uber. I think his wallet was gone. So he was playing a heavy game. But it's always fun to see the boys. We're in a different spot these days with the trip. We'll see where it goes. I don't know where it's gonna go, but dude,
where do we think it's gonna go?
I don't know. I think we probably have to offer maybe one round of golf. I would say probably.
Mm-hmm.
I would say maybe somewhere. I still love the aspect of being able to. I think, man, like if you even look back at the trip, Azo, like even in our heavy hitting days, we kind of took the afternoons off.
Oh yeah,
we didn't really.
We actually did more because we kind of slept till
right.
10,
we kind of played for the night.
Yeah,
and I think that's where we lost a little bit of juice because you have the day shift in Wrigleyville, which becomes just polluted. You become a puddle because it's 10 to
too many
7.
beers in Wrigleyville. Yeah,
right. And then you're trying to rally and you're chasing the dragon up the hill, and it's tough. And then the next day you're on the water all day with the sun. You're trying to out tan Chelly and you're drinking tequila. Like that's tough to play into the night. So I'm even thinking, like in our early days, man, we used to just play for the night. We would be up till 6 a.m, but a lot of times guys would shut it down between 6 to 2 or 3 o'clock, and then you start slowly getting after it again and really timing your drinking. I would argue we're drinking harder now than we were in those first few years.
For sure.
We're just not as efficient with it.
Yeah, we're not taking those breaks. We're not, I mean, we're getting pong games going at, I think it was like 9:30 a.m.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, yeah, I guess it's because we're not staying awake too. You mentioned that we're not staying awake as late. We're kind of more midday guys now.
Yeah.
Fun to be had there though too.
100%. Yeah, those day shifts are arguably better than the nights if you do them right. I mean,
for sure.
It doesn't really beat a matinee in Wrigleyville, like I said, or even when you're on the boat. Like
that stadium is just so sick too.
So sick.
So cool. Why was it so packed in there, Jordan? What was it? It
was a Friday afternoon. Yeah. It's
Friday afternoon, just sold out.
Yeah. It's the world's biggest bar. I mean, I was just there for my baseball trip too last week. It was awesome. I mean, I had 3 or 4 days off. I went to a game in Vegas, game 4. Then really? I went home. Yes. Then I went home.
In Vegas too.
Yeah. I went Tuesday that week, got home on Sunday, went Tuesday, came back Wednesday, went back out on Saturday for our baseball trip. The baseball trip is just hilarious because you just have bubble guts the entire time. You're eating processed food. Everything's deep fried. You're eating dogs, brats, farting all day, drinking. That's probably my favorite trip of the year, to be honest. I love the golf trip, but just the old Schmaltz boys getting on that bone rattler and hanging out with those guys, and the old dudes just bitching at each other. You got my grandpa in the mix. He's still there. And then the young boys, me, Nick, and Jake, we still kind of get after it when we can. That trip is just so funny, dude. Staying in like shitty hotels. We finally upgraded to the Sprinter van this year, which after 13 years, thank fuck. Because we were in the prison van before, like we're pulling up to a neighborhood like a bunch of Jehovah's Witnesses. So like, about to go out and sell some Bibles. So that was cool. Like, but still in the Sprinter van, I will say this. Look, the luxury was awesome traveling that way. It was awesome. The seats, watching the U.S. Open, couldn't draw it up any better. But you do get a little bit car sick in that thing when it starts swaying a little bit.
It's bouncing around a little more.
Yeah, it's top heavy. It's real top heavy.
Yeah.
So that was the only thing where you get a little bit motion sickness, but it was still so much better than being in the prison van, going through the Everglades, and holy fuck, that was a nightmare. The previous years.
Yeah. The content you were putting out during that trip was just all time. Like, I always wonder, Jordo, because those boys, they're not like social media guys. Like they don't want the camera on them. So do you ever get shit by them, like taking content, or like, because you're pretty selective with it? It'd be awesome if you could watch kind of the whole thing.
Yeah, that's where I could totally bury him. You know what I mean? Where I there was so many funny moments, but I just try to do the little sneak peeks. Like like for example, like my dad, like I set the over under. I put out like
The
the
Tom
odds.
Clancy books on all time.
All time. The guy's reading it all times. I think he read 3 books somehow. The over under on margaritas for Mike Schmaltz was set at 0.5 for the entire trip. We're at Nobu on Tuesday, and he has 2, and he's like buckled. He hasn't had 2 margaritas in one sitting, also, I would say, in the last decade. And I think he only did it to hit the over.
He knew what the over under was.
Yeah. Like he had his first one. He ordered one. He's like, the over's going to hit. Well, I'm like, well, you haven't drank half of it yet. And then he just dummied it. And he looks at my sister because obviously she was in town and she got a 1-day PTO for the guys trip, her first one ever, being on her home soil. And he looks at my sister and he's like, Keebs, smashing the over, getting another one. They're going down smooth. I'm like, dude, this guy's going to be buckled. So it was pretty funny. But yeah, he handled it well. The booze, it was funny because he literally does not drink at all.
He used to in college though, didn't he?
Yeah. He drank a good amount, I think, in college, and then a little bit after college. And then I think when I was born, he said he got up one day when he was so stung with me, and he's like, I'm never doing that again. Yeah. And just kind of just packed her in. And then he'd have the odd margarita every now and then, but for 2, he had 2, man. Like that was pretty sick. So
that's gotta bang you up if you're not a drinker.
Yeah. So he was going. My grandpa always orders a couple beers. Mark was going that night. It was just funny. Like, like the amount of F-bombs Mark drops on a trip like that is, I mean, I said the over under at 266. I think he hit that in one day.
I love that. Just a guy who's just dropping them.
Yeah. Yeah. Just always so happy, but so pissed at the same time. Like such a beauty. Like he's all time. Just a guy you want in the trenches with you. He drove, stick handled the whole way. It was awesome. Kansas City, that city is hilarious. They had the World Cup going on there. There was a buzz about it also. There was a lot of people in town. Yeah, it was for Kansas City. You're getting the bubble. You get the bubble guts from the baked beans and the barbecue. But yeah, it was buzzing. That park is sick too. Real nice.
Yeah, it is cool. I've seen that park. I've been to a game at Arrowhead. It's kind of next to that Arrowhead, isn't it?
Yep, it's right there. So we were there Saturday, Sunday, left Monday morning, and young Stung Boy, friend of the show, Cam Johnson, was coming into town on Sunday to clinch his 4th Kelly Cup. And he was asking me on Sunday night if we were going out. I'm like, dude, you got to play tomorrow. Like,
no way. You're going out.
The MVP. He
still won it.
Yeah, he still won. He's like, you guys going out tonight? We could pop out for one. I'm like, dude, don't you have a series clinching game to win the Kelly Cup tomorrow? So he's such a beauty. He never changes. Remember when we had him on and when they were down, I think it was 2-1 to Adirondack. No, it was 2-2 with Adirondack. Mm-hmm. And they were going into Adirondack for game 5. And we had him on live from Adirondack. He's like, yeah.
He guaranteed a couple wins, didn't he?
He guaranteed to win. He also was like, yeah, boys are just going to the casino tonight. We got to loosen up a little bit. A couple of beers before the game. I'm like, holy shit.
Just old school hockey players right there.
Such a legend. One of my favorites. Shout out to those boys too, Ozzo, for winning. Mm-hmm. Young Stung Boy, his 4th Kelly Cup, 3-time MVP, just an absolute legend of the coast. The king of the coast. Self-proclaimed, but that is earned too. So yeah, it was a great trip. It's definitely I'm gonna chill out this weekend, and then
you think you'll lay low?
I'm gonna try. I mean, I had to fly into Diddywood on Friday after that trip, or Thursday night, because I had that Prize Picks event. That's where I met Sugar Sean O'Malley.
That guy seems cool. You said you got the chance to talk to him like a little bit, not just like a flyby. Hey, what's up, dude? Good to see you.
Yeah, talked to him for probably 5 minutes after the pickleball game we played him. And yeah, he was sweet. Like he wanted nothing to do with that party, with all the influencers and
so a guy like him just getting paid to be there.
Big bucks. Yeah. Him and his trainer, Timmy Welch, flew in. They literally just flew in, played the pickleball, left. That's what I did too. I just got out of there. But yeah, he was cool. He was looking to talk to nobody, and I could kind of tell. So I kind of just went up to him. I was like, yo, bro, what's up? And just tried to be a normal guy. I told him I played hockey. He kind of thought that was cool or whatever. Told him, I'm out in Arizona now as well. Yeah, he was cool. He was real cool. Montana dude,
Yeah, that guy's – that'd be a crazy life, being an MMA fighter like that in the UFC.
I mean, I had just sitting next to him 50 pounds on him, and he could touch my chin in a half a second and I'd be sleeping. It's just crazy to think that.
Imagine running into a guy like that in a bar thinking you're tough.
No.
And you accidentally, like, you're dead.
You're dead. Like, also, I think the kids call it frame mogging. I was absolutely frame mogging him. Like, I was way bigger than him. And the fact that he could put me to sleep in
2 seconds,
not even a half a second, is insane.
It's nuts.
Like, imagine fighting that guy and you think he's going to use his hands and he's roundhouse you with a fucking leg kick.
You wouldn't even see it coming.
That's what you have to worry about. You're like sizing them up, getting your space, and all of a sudden here comes a roundhouse.
You got a foot across your face.
Oh my God. Yeah, it was. And his trainer's really intense too, Timmy. Like, he's not a guy you fuck with either.
No. That guy seems fucking scary.
Yeah. Yeah, those guys were nail guns, just walking around with their shirts off the whole time. Everyone else is in a fucking Halloween costume. Those guys are just walking
Were they?
around.
People were wearing costumes?
Well, it looked like it.
Yeah.
Fuck. This one dude, I forget his name, was like Cheeseaholic or something. He's like a TikToker. I had no idea who any of these people were. Like, guys were coming up to me like, swish, like, because I was making fun of everybody. They're like, do you know he's like a TikToker or social media? I'm like, fella, I have no idea who these guys. Respectfully, of course, I'm not a TikTok. I'm not on TikTok. I don't know who these people are. I'm sorry. Oh, he's like the biggest streamer ever. Like, dude, do you think I watch fucking streams? No, I watch real sports. Like, I don't know who these people are.
Yeah,
but yeah,
this one actually watch streams. I can't believe that.
Yeah, so this one streamer dude he had an Under Armour, he had a Nike Pro skull cap on, and then had a hat on like this, and just had a skull cap underneath, and then he had like a Tracy McGrady jersey and like wrestling shoes on all the way up to almost like his mid calf. I was like, who is this guy?
Yes. Kind of sick though. Just wear costumes everywhere.
Yeah, and then there's like
sick.
There's dudes walking around with legit, like, not like the man purses, like legit purses, like Louis Vuitton purses.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it was strange. I was just chirping everybody. They were probably chirping me too, because I was in a referee shirt. But yeah, it's weird out there, bro. It's weird. You know who was there was actually cool too, was Jamie Foxx. He was cool. But other than that, yeah, he was cool.
They got Jamie out. Remember, wasn't Jamie like almost dead a couple of
Something
years
like
ago?
that, yeah. He was.
Yeah, that guy's a legend.
He freestyled for like a minute. It was just nasty. I grabbed the mic and just freestyled.
Talk about talent. That guy.
So sick, yeah.
Can act, sing.
Comedian.
Yeah, comedian. I mean,
act,
fuck.
yeah, he just does everything. So, yeah, that's my 2 cents on Diddy Wood. Speaking of actors, though, Ozzo, we got to get into Mike Renchcock. Mike Renchcock is back, and not only is he back, he is up to his old ways. Did you see that press conference? Talking in third person, and then saying that he was not in the wrong for his time in Columbus, and basically said that his wife made him resign because his time there had expired. That guy is such a fucking tool. Oh my God.
He blamed it on his wife.
He is such a fucking. How does this guy keep getting jobs?
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, what is it? Stanny Bowman in Edmonton and
the owner, Daryl Cates.
And what does Babcock have? Like, what did I see? He's got like 700 NHL wins. That's why they're hiring him. I mean, it's just. Obviously, the guy's got 700 wins. Like, he was doing something right, but those answers, like, before I saw those answers, Jordo, I was like, okay, like, okay, whatever. He probably met with the team, talked to McDavid. They're probably like, you know what, this guy's won cups. We need a change. We need someone serious. So then you're like, okay, maybe you want to give him a chance, but then you listen to what he says in this press conference, and I didn't listen to it. I read the article on it, and like, what are you saying? Like, he blamed it on his wife. That's why he resigned from Columbus.
Yep.
And just his answers were just, and I think that's what you do as a person, is you try to always be better at what you do. We're excited about the situation in Columbus. They reviewed it. It didn't work out for us. So now I'm moving on. It's like, he doesn't address anything.
He's not sorry about what he did.
Not
he
sorry.
Didn't learn for that. He overstepped his boundaries. Like, the guy doesn't think ever that he's in the wrong. Like, he's a total tool. He's a narcissistic tool is what he is.
Well, and you never like, I don't know this guy, and you hate to like talk about guys you don't know, but you hear these stories, and I don't know, you don't really hear any stories of guys liking him, but you hear stories of him not playing Mike Modano in his
1500th game.
1500th game. And then the shit he's doing to Kami, which I don't think Kami's just coming out and lying about that, you know?
Yes. What he did to Chelly too at the Winter Classic game.
What did he do there?
Well, Ken Holland told him that you can't scratch Chris Chelios in his home at Wrigley Field, where they were playing an outdoor game versus Chicago. So Ken Holland was the general manager at the time. Chris Chelios was on the Red Wings, and Ken Holland told Mike Babcock that you can't scratch Chelly in his hometown. You have to play him. Just play him as your sixth defenseman.
Mm-hmm.
Chelly's going to play. So what does he do? He starts Chelly in the game. Chelly goes out there, starting lineup, Wave, obviously a legend there. He doesn't play him a single shift after that, to the point where Chelly's kids at the time, he was sitting at the end of the bench right by the goalie, and his kids were sneaking him beers in water bottles. So he was sitting there with his skates untied the entire 59 other minutes and just basically boozing on the bench because Babs wouldn't play him, and he wouldn't even look at him, and he didn't have an explanation for him. I just think, also, he's a great hockey mind. He's probably a hell of a coach, but the way he's treated players on so many numerous occasions, isn't there somebody else? He's 65 years old. Do we really need this guy in the league? That's all I'm asking.
I know. Who does he who are the older coaches in the league? Is he too old? I guess Lindy Ruff's got to be older than him.
Joel Quenneville probably around the same age.
Q's probably a little older than him.
Tort's probably roughly around the same age.
Yeah. Talk's getting up there, isn't he?
Talk's getting up there.
Something.
Yes, he is.
But I don't know. It's just such a crazy signing. And then you have to deal with the media, of course. And I don't know. Well, you got to think they went to McDavid and Draisaitl and asked them, and they had to give them the approval, right? They're not going to just hire Babs if they don't want him.
Yeah.
I
don't think it's ever been from what I've gathered with players that have played for him and guys that I've talked to around the league that have been in those locker rooms with Babs. I don't think it's ever the star players the issue is there. He caters to the star players. He's smart enough to know that he needs to treat these guys like they're the kings of the castle, right? So that's never been the issue. It's the guys that are the younger players like the Mitch Martiners where he brings them into the office and says, hey, tell me who's not working hard and throw me a couple names in a hat here. And then what does he do? He goes and exposes them in the locker room and says, Mitch says, these are the guys that don't work hard. It's so he goes after young players that are naive and vulnerable. And it's the bottom half of the lineup, the guys that become the whipping boys, where that's how you lose a locker room, though. You know what I mean? If you really back it up, Ozzo, the guy is a winner, but he's only won one Stanley Cup. And that was in 2008 with 14 or 15 Hall of Famers with the Detroit Red Wings.
Pretty good team.
We could coach that team drunk, and those Team Canada teams were so far ahead of the U.S. at the time and all the other nations that they ended up winning a couple golds. Yeah, for sure. But it's is he really that big of a difference where he's going to come into Edmonton and just turn the ship around? They'll be a better team, no doubt, with Babs at the helm. Mm-hmm. But isn't there somebody else out there? Isn't there a guy you could give a fresh chance to or circle back with? I don't know, man. It's just come on.
It is. It's hilarious. Just
it's great for content, though.
It is great for content. I
like it.
Didn't Spit and Chicklets basically break the news last time in Columbus that got him fired, or was that?
Yeah, I think it was maybe.
I mean, that's hilarious. They got him fired last time, but it's just insane you'd hire him after that story. What even is his excuse? What has been his excuse for that story?
I think you just said it today. He wasn't in the wrong.
Yeah,
I think it's crazy.
He was doing the right thing.
He doesn't feel bad. He doesn't feel any type of way. It was just his time to leave. It was Mike's time to leave. So Mike left. I just don't get it. I mean, and to your point, also, the star players there, they had to sign off on that. So I just think he's like a really good, I think he presents well. I think he's smart. I think he's a very good hockey mind. I think he can sell you a piece of, a turd. He could polish a turd. He can tell you who he's coached, his resume, what he's going to do. I think he has a plan. I think he's a very calculated guy. I just don't know. Does that just, the fakeness will always show, you know what I mean? Like it'll come through at some point.
Doesn't it? It kind of always does.
I would be really interested. I wish there was more of those Detroit Red Wings players that actually won with them that were vocal. Like Chelly hates him, obviously. But I wish there was like a Nick Lidstrom. Does Nick Lidstrom like Mike Babcock? Does Pavel Datsyuk like Mike Babcock? That would be a very telling sign, because
that would be.
Those guys are going to play no matter what. But what was your relationship with?
Or how about the third line guys on that team?
Right, but like Johan Franzen, like the guy, he bullied the guy till he basically was depressed.
Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, you look at a guy like who just won, Rod the Bod.
Yeah.
I mean, this is completely polar opposite, right? Like
it
completely. Because you're not going to want to play for Babs. You're like want to play because you're like scared of him, right?
Yes. Yeah. If you're not on that first line, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you never know. I mean, I guess the Oilers had to do something. This is certainly something.
Right. But like, I'm just looking at their team as a whole. The Edmonton Oilers getting the most out of their top players has never been an issue. What's been their issue? Filtering in their depth players.
Mm-hmm.
The Trent Fredericks, who have not blossomed there because the lack of opportunity.
You think Freddie's going to like Babs?
No, he's going to be he signed up for 7 or 8 more years of that shit. And when he's ready struggling, he's going to say, fuck this.
That's going to be tough.
It's always been the depth players there that it's hard to play in that system.
You think guys like Babs can change though, Jordo? Like, can they change their ways and like be better, or is it already too late? Like, you're 60 years old, you're kind of who you're going to be.
I think that press conference today showed you everything you need to know within 60 seconds.
Yeah.
In reality, like, you know what I mean?
I agree.
It's just, there was no different tone to a Mike Babcock press conference from when he was with Columbus originally to now, and that was 4 or 5 years ago. And he was back to talking in third person. He was the victim. He had to resign because he wasn't on the same page with his staff. His
wife made him resign.
Yeah, he was retired and he was pretty good at it. So he went back to being pretty good at being retired. I don't know, man. It's funny. I think from a content standpoint, it's awesome. I mean, I'm ready planning something with Lindy McLeod where I want to do a full season satire, like 24/7 following Mike Babcock, and he puts the makeup on and the wig, and the series will be called Becoming a Cock.
Oh, it's so funny.
And like, I'm a player, some of the episodes, and Gucci's a player, and then some of the episodes were media guys. Like, it's going to be hilarious.
Yeah. Oh, it's going to be unreal. That's hilarious.
So, yeah, I don't know, man. I'm at a loss for words with that, but it's pretty funny. It's pretty funny.
That is, well, I mean, what a crazy time in the NHL though, Jordo.
It is. I mean,
crazy.
It's also funny too, on the other side of things we'll see how it plays out, but the Ottawa Senators just gave pretty good chuck to the Florida Panthers for nothing. Like, really? Like,
I mean, first round picks. It's like
the 9th pick. Okay. The 9th pick could be good. It could also be Victor Soderstrom.
Could be fucking anybody. I mean, yeah, you could be talking, it could be Mark Jankowski.
Right. It could be, no disrespect to this guy because he's a nail gun. It could be Dylan McIlrath, who was 10th overall. It could be, the 9th overall pick could be Derek Pouliot, who, you know what I mean? Like, it's.
And what's surprising about it is if you're the Ottawa Senators, Jordo, everyone's saying it. You just made playoffs. How the hell do you give him to the Panthers, who missed playoffs and
who were chasing you?
They're right behind you. Like, what are you doing? I get it. Okay, there's no way that was the only team he would go to, right?
I mean, it seemed like such a panic. I was aware nowadays every guy has a no movement clause, right?
Yeah.
But Brady Tkachuk still had 2 more years left on his deal. Like, you don't have to make that move quite yet. You can let it cook a little bit, let it cook. And at the end, say even Brady Tkachuk from 2 years from now, Azo, was a deadline acquisition, you're still going to get 2 first-round picks for that player. Right? At least. You will. Yeah. You will. You know what I mean? You would. At the deadline, you would get 2. You probably wouldn't get 3 picks, but you would get 2. And they might not be the 9th pick, but definitely it's going to be the 25th pick. And it's definitely going to be the pick that you're the first rounder you're getting in 2 years, which is going to be somewhere between 20 and 30, probably almost closer to 30, because that's how good the Florida Panthers are going to be. So why now? When you didn't get, my only problem was, if you're going to make the move now, especially with Florida, how do you not get one National Leaguer back? One player that's playing right now.
That's what I didn't understand. Because you already have a playoff team.
Right.
So why not get a player back so you can tread water?
Even if you got
They're basically just gave up on next season.
Right. Even if you got Evan Rodriguez, right, who's going to play on Florida's 4th line, which is crazy. But he's a 40-point National League Hockey League player with 2 mugs. And he's almost a point a game the last 2 runs they've been on when they won a Stanley Cup.
Yeah.
That's still a very quality player. How do you not get one of those guys?
I don't know. It's weird. That's a weird trade. I don't know if do the players really have that much leverage where they can just pick where they go in a trade?
I think with this no move, the managers don't know what to do, and they saw what happened with Marner and how they waited, and the only return on that was Nick Waugh late after the season ended, and they shriveled him down to nothing and basically got nothing for him, right? Nick Waugh was traded out of Toronto. So I think managers are very hesitant. I think players got way too much power coming out of COVID. This is my theory, because teams wanted to lower the AAV on their deals. So what they did budge on was giving these guys, a lot of guys, no move clauses, and order to lower, again, the AAV and extend with more years. So the players, like a lot of these guys, got no moves. In the NBA, people always talk about it, Azo, how these guys dictate where they go. There's only 2 or 3 players in the NBA that have full no move clauses. In the NHL right now, I think it's over like 30.
Really?
You know what I mean? Yeah. It's at least, I think it's more, to be honest.
So then, you'd think they'd have to step in and make some type of a rule where if you have a no move, you can't be moved.
Yeah, or managers need to go back to the train of thought of, why am I giving 4 or 5 players a no move clause on my team?
Yeah.
Maybe not even one guy should have that.
So you think Brady Tkachuk was like, it's Florida or it's nothing?
I think he was like, it's Florida. I heard Minnesota and Vegas. And Vegas is like, well, fuck, we don't have any space right now. We got to probably trade one of our goalies out of here and a player. Mm-hmm. So we don't have any space. So they're off the board immediately. And I think Minnesota made a healthy deal, right? I think they put in an offer that was probably maybe even better than Florida's. But when you talk to Brady Tkachuk, where do you want to go? I want to go to Florida. Okay. You want to go to Minnesota? No, not really. No. Is Florida in the mix? Yeah. Okay. Well, I want to go to Florida. So, he just dictates where he goes, because at the end of the day, he has to sign off on that trade.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And Ottawa's like, Steve Stais is, well, I don't want this to drag out. I don't want this to be more of a distraction than it really needs or has to be. I'm just going to.
So he just got out ahead of it.
Cut ties and get the best I can available and go from there. Where, you look at Dylan Larkin now, he's trying to get moved, whether it's Minnesota, he obviously wants to go to all the places.
Yeah. Yeah. Vegas. Now I'm seeing Werenski. Werenski's in the mix.
Right.
It's all these, it is all the USA Olympic players, but I mean, can you blame these guys, Jordo? I mean, if you're in a shit situation and you're not going to win a cup, I mean, that's all you want to do. It's like, get me the fuck out of here. I only have so many years to win a Stanley Cup, and we're clearly not going to do it here. So send me somewhere that we are.
I mean, Brady Tkachuk comes back from winning the Olympics for the first time for the USA since 1980. And he's getting booed by his own fans in Ottawa because he went to the White House. Are you fucking retarded?
Yeah, and then people are wondering why he wants out.
Right.
And it's like, what do you mean, why does he want out?
You guys are treating him like shit in the media. All he's ever done is fight for this entire team, the captain. Like, why you would feel a type of way?
Because you care that he went to the White House.
Yeah, it's bananas, dude.
It's some people, and then they're like, "Fuck this guy," and then now they're all pissed that they're like, "He traded it. He's a traitor." It's like, dude, you ran him out of town.
You ran him out of town. You ran him, and it's going to be the same with, good luck keeping Matthews, right? I don't have any insider information there, but good luck keeping him, right? I mean, you're lucky that he's still even there and he wants to be there. I mean, you guys are fucking really lucky up there in Toronto.
Yeah, what do you think Amax is thinking? I mean, it's obviously tempting. They got the lottery ball coming in, Gavin McKenna. You never know. That is a little tempting, but still, it's like, fuck, we're not going to win.
You can't be happy with that. You can't be thrilled with that coach hiring.
No, yeah. Where'd they get that one from?
Hey, fucking what? I mean, Jim Hiller. Good. I think he's a good guy, Ozzo, but by all accounts, the research I did out of LA, it didn't really seem like he was necessarily a big time bench boss there. And they play a 1-3-1 boring hockey. Like,
yeah, where did this guy, was he just an assistant his whole career basically? And
always a bridesmaid, got a chance to be the head coach in LA and lasted less than a year.
Yeah, I stepped in as interim 23, 24. Oh, yeah, he was head coach in 24, 25.
Yeah, so basically a head coach for, what, a year and a half maybe?
Yeah, I got let go the next season.
Yeah.
Oh, so he was coaching the Kings last year at one point.
Yep. Yeah, and then DJ Smith stepped in right around, I think, the new year. Give or take a month or two.
Where'd this guy play? Got a couple games in the National League.
Yep.
Northern Michigan.
Don't mind that. Is he American or Canadian?
Look at that. Northern Michigan, the guy's got to be Canadian. Yeah, BC, Port Alberni.
Okay. It's just you want to make a splash. This is the mecca of hockey. You're the Toronto Maple Leafs. And you bring in Jim Hiller.
How funny would it have been if they brought in Babs? Couldn't they go out and get Bruce Cassidy?
Butch Cassidy. Yeah. I mean, at least he's a winner. I don't think I think he runs his course, but for your win now, 3-year window to convince your best player to stay, he's proven.
Yeah, he's proven. Well, what are the guys' complaints about him again? Wasn't he mean to players too?
I think he's just really demanding is what it comes down to. He just wears on you. So I think for, a short-lived 2-3 year stint, I think that's a really good hire, At least he plays a good brand of hockey. I mean, he did with Boston, he did with Vegas. Like, he's an intelligent mind that can get teams to the Stanley Cup, if not win. He brought Boston there. They lost in 7 games to St. Louis, and they ultimately won in Vegas. But it's like, fella, like Jim Hiller, like that's what we're the Toronto Maple Leafs. And I mean, go offer David Carl $10 million a year over at that point. You have unlimited money.
Fuck, offer him $15 million a year.
Fuck it.
Get him out of Denver.
Yes.
All right. You're not coming for 10. How about 15?
Right. Yeah.
Not 15. Okay. How about 20?
Right.
You thinking 25? Good. All right. Let's go.
I mean, it's a multi-billion-dollar corporation they own all those teams there in Toronto. The Raptors, MSLE owns the Raptors. They have the Leafs. They have the soccer team. They have the Argos, and they're worth $6 billion.
They're clearly selling tickets for. I mean, there's not a poor person that's in that arena.
No,
watching the games.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I just don't. It's weird times because players hold all the cards right now, the good ones, so they're dictating where they go. Teams are loading up for the draft this week. It's a decentralized draft, so you get picked number 1 overall. You're on Zoom. Like, it's just, I don't know. It's weird.
That's what's happening?
Yeah, it's decentralized.
It's not anywhere.
No.
Why would they do that?
It's in Buffalo. It's their second year doing the decentralized draft. So you just draft a player and you call in on Google.
The teams are the teams there like on TV or no?
No, they're in their war rooms at their selected rink in towns.
Weird. Kind of sucks for the players, first rounders at least.
Sucks.
It's brutal.
You got to call in on Microsoft Teams, Zoom in. You're like, fella, fucking first overall. Congrats. You're like, yeah, nice. I'll be in Chicago in a week.
Sitting on the bed like Favre.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. So I don't know. That's what's going on in the Nashville. Hey, I wanted to ask you, though, and just for all the UND fans, get us up to speed with these commits that our boys, Dane Jackson, Bryn Chiswick, Dylan Simpson, Matt Schmaby. Seems like these guys are just committing some of the best players in the
GMs
in the world right now. Yeah, talk about GMs. I mean, I remember talking to Chiswick on the golf strip, and he was like, "Yeah, we're turning down second rounders now." I go, "Okay, let's not get that cocky," but I guess they are.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how they're doing it, Jordo. Like, I'm not. Some people text me asking me like I'm some. I talk to these guys all the time. I try to stay away from them because I know I'm on here, so I don't want to give away anything that they would tell me or anything, but. What a fucking run. Like they get this Nolan Fitzhenry kid out of the national development team, got called up to the 18 team this year. He's a 17. And I mean, pretty much any 17 that gets called up to the 18 team at NTDP, Jordo, is a bona fide first rounder.
Yep.
I mean, almost every time. So this kid's unbelievable. And then right after that, they get those Ruck twins, Liam and Marcus Ruck, who are just unbelievable up in the WHL, and they're going back for another year. I'm sure they're just going to get bigger and better. So those three will be coming in 2027. I mean, I don't know how you like. You almost got to start worrying about like how you sell ice time. Like,
yeah. Do those twins play on a line?
Yeah, they play on a line, and I saw Jordo, which. I'm obviously a fan of them now because they're Nodak guys and they wanted to come to Nodak, but it was a little weird. They did tell, Schloss reported on this on the Herald. They did tell NHL teams they want to be drafted to the same team.
That's kind of sick. I like the Sedins.
Yeah. So, it kind of sick with the Sedin. They're projected early second rounders, but
okay.
It'll be interesting to see if a team does that. When I hear people are doing that, I'm like, okay, I like the confidence, but this is the National Hockey League. That's a little, it's risky. It's risky to have that level of confidence, but yeah, unbelievable pickups by UND. They're clearly going to be loaded up front next year and the year after, especially if Will Zeller somehow sticks around for a third year. You'd like to think Cole Reshny will be gone after a sophomore season, but you never know. I don't know who's going to get ice time in the back end either, Jordo. They got that Carroll's kid. They got McKenzie. They got Verhoff, Emery. Larilla's going to be good. They're going to be fucking battling for minutes out there.
It's crazy, too, because that kid that we committed from USA, he's projected like a top 10 pick, if not better.
Yeah.
That can always fluctuate because you're more than a year out, but it sounds like he could be as high as a top 5 type of player.
He could play his way into that, yeah.
Then we get the Kostitsin brothers, the Winnetka brothers, I'm going to call them, straight out of Mystery, Alaska. And then we go into draft weekend this weekend where Carroll's theoretically could maybe even go higher than Verhoff, and these guys could both be top 5 picks.
Both could easily be top 5 picks.
Which is nuts.
So that's insane to have a couple top 5 picks on the back end at the same time. Now, Jordo, these guys are still young. Like people, I feel like, Verhoff slid in the draft rankings a little bit from the start of the season. He was kind of bona fide number 2 pick. And now you're like, we don't know. Now he might slide to 7, but I think sometimes people forget how much harder college hockey is than the WHL, where these guys are getting 100 points, in 50 games. It's like, you're not going to do that in college. And you know what? Verhoff did switch up his game towards the end of the season to be more reliable, more steady, and not take as many offensive risks out there. And that was the role he had to fill at the time. So he did everything you asked of him. So it'd be interesting to see if teams, if they feel the same way, Jordo.
Yeah.
Because I know when these rankings come out, that's all it's like writers and scouts, and sometimes these actual draft boards inside these war rooms look way different than
Way different.
any of these rankings that we're seeing online.
100% they do. Yeah, I remember even talking to Team Zazo where, even internally, they would show me during my draft time kind of because, I was like one of those guys that was projected anywhere from 13 to 45. Some teams had me like St. Louis had me like their 12th best North American skater, where a team like Montreal maybe had me like 30, 35. So the one thing I just think, like, for teams that would draft a Verhoff, I still think he could easily go number 2 overall. I think he once he matures into his game and simplifies it down, I think he's going to be like an Alex Pietrangelo. Now, when you watch him throughout the World Junior Tournament, I just thought for him, and he would probably even say it, when he got in, I thought he was trying to win the game every shift he was out there versus just playing a steady game. Like, he's not Cale Makar, right? No, I mean, he's not. Like, how many guys are Cale Makar, though? No, he's more of an Alex Pietrangelo. Yes, he's more of an Alex Pietrangelo, long, lengthy, good stick, defender, good positionally, can make a crispy first pass, run a power play, but he's going to do it in a different way than a guy like Cale Makar, Quinn Hughes, where they dictate with their feet. I think a guy like Verhoff just needs to understand you have to dictate with your hands, and that's just making a good pass and then letting things open up and using your one-timer and things like that. So I still think he had a solid year, and 6'4" defenseman, right shot, that can skate like that, have really good hands. Those guys don't grow on trees, man. Like, if he slides to Vancouver, I think they're picking at 5. I mean, who's to say that he's maybe another year at UND and he steps right in that top 4, right? Or I could see him maybe even going to San Jose at 2.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because they need a guy like that.
Exactly.
And if you look, I think it's Merles who's always talking about it. He's on that Game Notes podcast. But it's true. If you look at all of the past Cup winners, Jordo, their number 1 defenseman is it's a big kind of shutdown 2-way guy. Yep. I know Makar has a cup, obviously, but he's a god. But yeah, like you said, these right-handed defensemen who are skilled, 6'4", they don't grow on trees. There's more left-handed defensemen out there, a lot more than right-handed, especially these right-handed defensemen that can handle the puck and make plays like Verhoff can. A lot of teams need that person in their lineup versus a lot of these teams have really good left-handed defensemen,
Yep.
So yeah, he could easily go to the Sharks. I could see that.
He's twice, and this is no disrespect to this kid, but he is twice or 3 times the players that Artem Lebchev, who went 2nd overall to the Chicago Blackhawks.
Yes.
He skates way better. He handles the rock way better. He's tougher. He's just, when you watch Verhoff, I see Pietrangelo, where that Lebchev, I mean, he's got a ways to go, right? And I don't think that should scare a team like San Jose from seeing the upside in Verhoff and picking him at that number. And then you look at Carroll's, who is just an old Western League farm kid who throws his weight around, who's a presence in the middle of the ice, who can put a chin on the glass from the 4th row. I love this kid's game. I love even more the fact that he's coming to North Dakota. And I could see him being a top 5 guy because he's a throwback defenseman also with a sneaky good amount of skill, at least the tape I've seen.
Yeah, I haven't watched Carroll's. I've just read up on him and heard about him. It's crazy to think he could go higher than Verhoff when we were kind of all just focused on Verhoff this year. I'm so excited to watch him in a Nodak jersey. He's just going to be burying guys out there.
Oh, yeah.
And good old – you love the way these Western Canadians play the game of hockey too. I mean, they just play it the right way. They're hard. They'll fight. Obviously, that's not going to happen in college, but I guarantee this kid's going to have skill too. He's probably got an absolute bomb of a shot. And it's cool that all these guys are committing to Nodak because they all mention the coaching staff, Jordo, and they all mention like the facilities. They're excited to go there and get better at hockey too.
Yes.
And obviously these boys are going to have a hell of a time and a ton of fun as well.
When I'm going to watch, I've watched a little bit just of his tape, just when I've nerded out a little bit, because I was like, who the fuck is this guy? He's fucking unreal. Like, might be a top 5 pick. So I went like on Instat and watched him a little bit.
Yeah.
He is going to have at least 1 suspension this year, and I'm going to love that. Like, if he doesn't get suspended, I don't think he's playing hard.
He's going to be like a Tyler Clevin.
Yep, but better offensive skills. But yeah, that type of player. And I love that. If he eats a 1-game suspension or a 2-gamer, fucking rights, kid. You have my cap tip, because that means you're playing your game. In the NHL, he would be able to fight and back himself up. College hockey, obviously a little bit softer. But he's gonna have one of those hits, Ozzo, where he catches a guy through the middle of the ice, and it's probably gonna be clean, but it's gonna look like he decapitates him, and the NCHC is gonna have no choice, because their insurance policy of suspending this kid because this guy might be knocked out on the ice. It just is what it is. But he's a throwback player, hits like a fucking freight train, and I love that he's coming to college, man. I really do. I think that that just gets me going. I love that. That's an old school North Dakota like defenseman, and the fact that he's going to be a top 10 pick is fucking awesome, man. And it's just kudos to the staff, really. I don't really have anything else to say. Whatever they're doing, keep doing it, boys. You're getting the good Western leaguers that we need, sprinkled in with Midwest kids. That is the recipe for success at Nodak. And this is actually one of the most excited I am for a player to come in, honestly.
Yeah, this Carson Carroll's kid.
Yep.
I can't wait. Yeah, it's going to be. Yeah, I can imagine the staff's pretty pumped up too. To get these guys.
He's one of those electric players, Ozzo he's gonna score a one-time goal, big goal, and then it's gonna be a heavy shot, then he's gonna light a guy up, then he's gonna give a guy a stinky mitt. He's just gonna be all over the game,
You love to hear that.
Yep.
It's so good to have these Canadians coming down again. And it is cool, like you said, that these guys are now choosing to play at the University of North Dakota or play college hockey when historically these guys would hate college hockey. You'd see them in pro and you'd kind of be chirping each other about junior or college hockey. And now they're kind of all coming down to play, and it's great to see.
Yeah, it reminds me kind of like the golden era of UND hockey, I would say, was probably the years 2000 to 2016 when you guys won. It was guys came here just to play hockey. Guys came into North Dakota literally just to get better and make the NHL. Then it went a little bit sideways with recruiting. Obviously, the money came into play, the transfer protocol. It got all fucked up there for a bit with COVID even too.
Mm-hmm.
And now it just seems like, the money is in play, the NLI money, but these guys, they're not chasing that, man. The money's going to come. They're probably getting a little bit of scratch because they deserve it, but they're not fleeing to the big markets, the Big Tens, the Ohio States that could offer more, Minnesota's, Wisconsin. They're coming to the best facility and the best rink in the world with, I believe, a top 2 coaching staff, them in Denver, to come get better. And we have better facilities in Denver. We do. And we have better fans. So
way better.
It's pretty cool that these guys are choosing, in my eyes and your eyes, the best place to play and develop. To develop, it's the best place.
I think so too. I mean, you have so much opportunity to just focus on hockey and hang out with the team, which makes you, appreciate that time even more. And it is cool to because these guys, I know people are saying like, okay, North Dakota's now paying for players, but I do know this, Jordo, we are not offering nearly as much as Penn State and Michigan State,
that's what I'm
and
saying.
probably even Minnesota and Michigan, probably even Wisconsin, maybe. I'm not sure there, but we are not offering these guys as much money as they are, and they're still deciding to come to North Dakota, which is pretty nails.
We're taking care of them for sure on that front.
Yeah.
Like they're getting a healthy amount of cheddar, and especially in a place like Grand Forks where your dollar goes far. But they don't have the $700,000-$800,000 deals that McKenna, are going to get. And we're getting fucking the second overall pick, maybe the third, fourth, fifth. Like, it's cool to see. So stick taps to those boys up there. Keep going, fellas. UND hockey is do or die. Ozzo, last little bit here. People's Insider Term of the Week. And this week's People's Insider Term of the Week is give me the green or I'm running the red. Now, what this expression means, folks, is, well, it's a big night. Maybe you have some of the fellas in town. Maybe it's one of those nights where your lovely or significant other probably wouldn't like to see you go out. It's just one of those, hey, I got to go out and absolutely floor it, and you might not like this. Give me the green light or I'm going to run the red. Maybe make it up to you in a couple days. But right now, I have to put 4 on the floor and I have to step on it because it's one of those nights where I'm calling the shots. Sometimes in life, Ozzo, you just need a green light. Sometimes you need to run a red. But whatever the case may be, it's not up to you or your significant other. The liquor is calling the shots tonight, folks. And it is what it is, and it ain't what it ain't, baby. Give me the green light, or I'm running the red, baby. I'm going full OJ out here. I'm bringing a little criminal element to my game, and that is this week's People's Insider Term of the Week. Ozzo, sometimes, my friend, you just have to floor it.
You just have to. Like when you get swept by St. Cloud at the Ralph, and it's Halloween night.
Yep.
You know what, Coach? We're all sad about this, but you better give us the green or we're running the red.
Yeah, it's a mandatory go night. And sometimes, like I said, it's not a popular decision with maybe some people that you're with. But fuck it. You got to run the red if they don't give you the green, baby. So, yeah, Ozzo, it's one of those where you kind of just eat it on the back half of it, right? You're just like, fuck, is what it is, man.
It's a future you problem.
Yep,
you know?
It's a future you problem. So, folks, that is this week's People's Insider Term of the Week. Ozzo, always good snapping around with the captain. Jay Swish, Gage Ozzo Ausmus. Folks, that was Live in 5. We out. Woo!